This is Luke's Dreamworld, Relax Sunday, part 78. Hey everybody, today you can watch all the episodes of Luke's Dreamworld part 78. I hope you enjoy them. This is Luke's Dreamworld, Brain Food Monday, part 78. Hey everybody, welcome back. I will start with a quote from Kevin Rossdale. As an artist, you're pretty sheltered backstage and you often don't know what's going on outside. Well, I show you a picture of a backstage and you can tell it doesn't look very cozy, and sometimes backstage isn't cozy because it depends on where you are. And I told you about the festival I worked on. And at the festival they build everything with a portable cabin or whatever they use. Some of the benches and maybe a shelter. And that's it, because they just use it for a day or a week. And then everything will be gone. So those backstages, and I have to be honest with you, aren't that interesting. But when you look at the backstage at the venue where I work right now, then you can tell it's much more interesting, because you have the dressing rooms. They look quite nice. And then you have the backstage area. We have a backstage area where everyone can be. And we have dinner there. And there's a kitchen and a washing machine and a dishwasher as well. And that's the area where I'm working. There's a bar even to get some drinks out. You have your coffee machine. And well, this is the area where I will be the most of the time. And I have to be really clear about what I'm doing there, because backstage is a kind of common work. I have to take care of the dressing rooms. I have to look if they are clean. I have to fill up the refrigerator with the drinks or everything that's on the rider. I have to take care of towels. And when I have done the job, then I have to do the laundry. And if there has been dinner, then I have to do the dishes. So it's quite common work and not that very interesting at all. But why do I like it backstage? Well, that's because of the people and not about those artists, because I told you those artists are great and sometimes fun, sometimes they're not funny at all, but that's okay with me. They're just regular people, in my opinion. And sometimes I have nice conversations with them. Sometimes they don't talk to anyone because they're concentrating on the performance. But it's about the group of people I'm working with. Those are the interesting people I talk with and I learn from. And that's why I do this volunteer work. Not to do the common work, but to learn about the industry, about things they are using at the venue. For example, I told you about learning the software they use for VJing. It's Resolume, and I have to know how it works. I told you about buying a laptop. So I talked about it with a DJ, what kind of laptop he used and what kind of laptop is very interesting. And I am taking care of my laptop for sure, and it works fine, by the way. And I will be able to do a lot of things together. I will be able to DJ, and I will be able to use my consoles and my machine to perform a bit live music, and I will be able to do some VJ work, which is working with visuals. It will be all in one, but I tell you about it at the end of the week. Right now it's about backstage, being backstage and why it's interesting for me. And I told you already, the most interesting part is to learn about. So this was my topic on this Brain Food Monday about backstage, and I hope to see you tomorrow on the Positive Tuesday. See you there. Bye. This is Luke's Dreamworld, Positive Tuesday, part 78. Hey everybody, welcome back. I will start with a quote from Macklemore, and you have to excuse me because I don't know who it is, but it was a quite nice quote about music. Music moves people, it connects people in ways that no other medium can. It pulls heartstrings, it acts like medicine. Well, today I took the topic music therapy, and I have to be honest with you because I don't use music as a therapy. It can be used as a therapy for sure, but that's not what I want with music. I just want to amuse people with the music I create. And when I'm a DJ, I hope that people can move on the music and feel fine. And that's what I do when I listen to music. I told you about the 1 hour, the power hour outside with listening to my music on my earbuds. And that's what I really try to do every day. And it feels not like music therapy, but more like a meditation. And it depends on how you use music yourself. Sometimes music is used just to fill up a background, or people are learning and they learn better when they listen to some relaxed music. But the thing is, I guess music is very important in most people's life, and that's why I enjoy creating music, and that's why I really enjoy listen to music, and hopefully people will listen to the radio show I'm creating and enjoy it, and maybe, and that's what I'm going to do as well. I told you I don't want to be a therapist, but when I'm a DJ, I can take people on a journey as well, a journey to unknown sounds and unknown tracks, and hopefully it will be exciting and people can move on it and express themselves, because that's what I hope to do when I will be performing as a DJ. So I told you I don't use music as a therapy, but maybe people come and visit a festival or a club where I am a DJ and they use it as therapy themselves, and that's fine with me. I hope they have a lot of fun on the tunes that I create and I try to turn as well. Well, this was my topic about music therapy, and I hope to see you tomorrow on the Inspirational Wednesday. See you there. Bye. This is Luke's Dreamworld, Inspiration Wednesday, part 78. Hey everybody, welcome back. I would like to start with a quote, but the thing is, it's quite a long quote and I have to explain why I took this topic. Because exactly a week ago I was talking about some inspiration I had from some TV series. But it seems that I have pronounced a bit of the titles wrong, because I talked about the Power of the Rings, and that's a series that doesn't exist. It's the Rings of Power, and it's a series based on the book of the Lord of the Rings. The Similitarian, I'm not sure about the title, so I better don't pronounce it. But hey, who am I? I make mistakes and it's fine with me. I did this topic a few times, and all the times I was making the same mistake. So hopefully I will be able to pronounce the titles right. So I was talking about the Rings of Power. It's a series on Amazon. and I'm inspired by it because I think it's great. It looks great. It's a very expensive series. It's gonna cost about $1 billion to create, and I've seen some of the episodes. It's like the Lord of the Rings, and it's about a fantasy story. It's about the 1,000 years before the story of the Lord of the Rings books. Peter Jackson is not involved in this series, and probably because I don't know, but I guess the Tolkien family has some envy about the fact that Tolkien had sold the rights on the books, the Lord of the Rings books, for about $100,000 in the 60s because he needed money. And Jackson created 6 movies, and they were all blockbusters, and the box office was more than billions. So a lot of people made a lot of money on the creation of Tolkien, and I guess they didn't really like it. There's also a fact that Peter Jackson has used some different characters, or he changed the story a bit to make it a bit better for the movies. I'm not sure what he changed, but it's about some of the characters. He left some out, and he gave some other characters a more role. But the fact is, now we have the series, and Peter Jackson is not involved. They have some new producers. The first episode costed about $460 million because they had to build the whole surrounding. They filmed it in New Zealand. The next series will be filmed in England. Not sure why, but I'm very curious. Those series just have a few episodes. They take about 1 hour, but the series of the power, there I go again. The Rings of Power, I can change it now. The Rings of Power will have about 8 episodes. So we'll see a story, a fantasy story about elves, about Middle Earth, about orcs and all kinds of fantasy figures. And it will be 8 episodes long. And I wondered, because I was talking about the Lord of the Ring, and I talked about Power of the Ring, and I know that's the wrong title. It says the Rings of Power, and I wondered what's going on, because I thought the story was about the ring, a ring. But it seems that, and I have read the books and I've seen the films, that I missed something, or because it's a long time ago, I forgot about the rings. So I have a quote about those rings from the Lord of the Rings, and I will read it. 3 rings for elven kings under the sky, 7 for the dwarf lords in their halls of stone, 9 for mortal men doomed to die, 1 for the Dark Lord on his dark throne, in the land of Mordor where the shadow lie, 1 ring to rule them, 1 ring to rule them all, 1 ring to find them, 1 ring to bring them all, and in the darkness bind them, in the land of Mordor where the shadows lie. And I told you it's a quote from the Lord of the Rings. Well, if you like fantasy and you like a series, you can see it on Prime from Amazon and see the series The Rings of Power. And that's what I wanted to correct, because I pronounced some titles wrong. I also talked about House of the Dragons, I guess, and it's House of Dragon. It's a new series as well, and it's from the Game of Thrones creator George R.R. Martin. And those series are inspiring me, and that's why I told you this on this Inspirational Wednesday, and I hope to see you tomorrow on the Lifehack Thursday. See you there. Bye. This is Luke's Dreamworld. Lifehack Thursday, part 78. Hey everybody and welcome back. I will start with a quote from Laurie Halse Anderson. I wonder how long it would take for anyone to notice it. I just stopped talking. Well, I told you about voices the other week, and well, I'm not gonna stop talking because otherwise I wouldn't create a quote or couldn't create my vlogs. But I told you about the wrong pronunciation of the titles the other week, and I also told about a hit from Elton John and Britney Spears, and the title is Hold Me Closer. I didn't know it, so I correct it now. The thing is with the song, I told you that I really enjoyed the song because you don't really recognize Elton John's voice. I even don't recognize Britney Spears, her voice, because they have used quite some effects. And I also told you I'm gonna create some remixes, and that's why I need to listen to new music and see how things are being created. The thing with this track is that it is on the Billboard Top 100, and it came new as a new entry on number 6. So this is a real big hit again for Elton John. He had quite a huge hit with Dua Lipa as well. So it's going great. And now I can tell that those songs, this is a dance song, and I'm creating dance music, so I know there is an audience for it. I'm not gonna compare myself with Elton John or the producer or with Britney Spears or others, but the thing is that sometimes people tell me, well, you're creating dance music, and I wonder if you can have an audience for it. And I tell, well, this is the kind of music I really like, and I hope others will like it as well. And when I heard the track from Elton John and Britney Spears, I thought, well, this is quite an example of something that I would have wanted to create. And now I can tell that it's a hit. So I feel that if I will produce songs like that, there will be an audience for it. I'm not gonna tell you that I have hits because there's something else going on. It's about the music industry. And if you knew, it will be hard to get known by people. And I know it. And I don't mind, because I told you I have to create music. And that's why I'm working on. I'm working on the remixes from Dance Around the World. And this is just some music that is inspiring me, and that's why I listen to a lot of music every day. I told you about my earbuds and dancing outside and listen to new music for about 1 hour a day because I learn from it. And hopefully I can learn about the effects that are used in the track Hold Me Closer from Elton John and Britney Spears, and see if I can use it on one of the remixes. Who can tell? I will let you know if it happens, and I will let you know if the tracks, the remixes are released, and then you can hear it yourself. But I have to admit, I'm still working on it. Well, this was my life hack on this Life Hack Thursday, and I hope to see you tomorrow on the Healthy Friday. See you there. Bye. This is Luke's Dreamworld. Healthy Friday, part 78. Hey everybody, welcome back. I will start with a quote from Carl Gustav Jung. You are what you do, not what you say you'll do. Well, I have to admit something, that I talk about some things a lot. I talk about creating remixes. I talk about creating vlogs. I talk about creating all those playlists. And sometimes it feels like, well, I talk about it, but what am I doing in reality? And sometimes it's a kind of a wake-up call for me, because then I know, well, you really have to do something. You really have to work on it and create something. So I've been working on the remixes this week. They're not finished yet, but I'm still working on it, and I try some of the effects, because I listened to some music and I heard a lot of reverb on a voice, and I thought, well, I have to try something like that. I'm not satisfied yet with the results, so it's not finished yet, but I will keep on working on those remixes. I took this quote also because I heard a story from a friend, and it's about service. You can tell what you do, but or say what you do, but it's all upon what you are really doing. A lot of companies, they use marketing, and they tell you that they are great and they will help you wherever they can. But I have seen some amazing stories about some companies, especially I had some stories about an internet company that promised that they will help you. If you have a contract with them, they will go to the other company where you have a contract and cancel it, and they will take care of it. But a friend of mine had a contract, and they told her they would cancel it, but they didn't do it. The thing is, then she had to pay for 2 accounts, and I've told about the story already. But I was a bit astounded what happens, because if you look at those sites, it's hard to get the service they are promising, because they can't be reached that easy. Well, you can call them and you have someone from the call center, but most of the time they're not able to solve the problem, because they are using a protocol and they just read it and the computer says no. I don't know if you have seen the act. I'm not sure about the program. It was I will tell you later if I know what program it was. It had a sketch about a computer say no. If you know the answer, let me know in the comments, because I'm very curious what program it was that had it was a very funny program, and they had a scene with a call center, and someone was calling, and the other person said, well, the computer says no, so it was impossible. And it seems like some of the companies nowadays are using the same protocol. Computer says no, so it's impossible. The same friend bought some dog food, and she did it all the time online with the same firm, and it was always okay because she had delivered it at home. But she thought, well, they have a new service now, and they delivered it in a box nearby at a grocery store. So I let the dog food deliver there, and I will take it when I can, so I don't have to be at home all day, and I can get there when I want and take it. And she got a code from the firm, but it seems it wasn't working. So she tried to get her dog food, and what she did, she sent some emails and she called, and what they said was, well, someone took your dog food. So I wonder, okay, who's responsible? And if you look at it, it's quite amazing, because I'm not sure who is responsible? I guess the firm that delivered the dog food is responsible for not delivering the dog food. But it seems like there is a computer says no also, because until now my friend didn't receive the dog food she paid for, and they just said, well, someone took it, so it's delivered. I guess it's a strange world we live in. We are still working on to see what solution there will be, and I will let you know if there was a solution as well. If you have a solution for it, leave a comment. I'm very curious. I also told you leave a comment if you know the program that had the scene with computer says no. Well, this was my Healthy Friday, the news on this Healthy Friday, and I hope to see you tomorrow on the Inside Saturday. See you there. Bye. This is Luke's Dreamworld. Inside Saturday, part 78. Hey everybody and welcome back. I will start with a quote from Winston S. Churchill. It's not enough that we do our best. Sometimes we must do what is required. Well, I tell about what I'm doing, or sometimes I don't, because I tell a lot about things I would like to do, and sometimes I tell things that, for example, I have changed my bedroom. It was a plan, but I didn't change it after all. Well, this is how things are going in life. You have a plan, and sometimes you think you want to do something and you really want to change something, but then some other plans come up and you think, well, maybe I have do something else and not change my bedroom, but take another chair, for example. So things are happening, and I told about creating a remix. I'm still working on it. So sometimes it's not enough to say that you do it, but it seems that you have to do what is required. To talk with the Winston S. Churchill quote, but sometimes I really don't know what is required, and that's a kind of a challenge as well. I work on this project. It's very broad because I told you I would like to create my dream world, and my dream world has to do something with music. I would like to create music. That's why I'm creating the vlogs, that's why I'm creating the playlists on Spotify. And I told you I'm trying to be a DJ as well. And I have thought about it. And I thought, well, it's okay to be a DJ. I have the gear. I told you about the laptop I've bought. I have some consoles. I have some programs I can use. And I thought, well, how can I be a different DJ than others? Because some DJs just come, they set up their set, or they have the venue set up a set with Pioneer players and a mix console. How can I be different? The first thing for me is I can be different with the music, because this is why I try to play dance music. It's music I really like. It's inspiring me. I listen to the music every day, and I told you sometimes it feels like a meditation. But there's more, because I can use the music, all those tracks, to create an event in a club, for example, as a DJ. And I can use my machine gear, my console and my program to have some live music added to it. And there's something else, because I have been a VJ. VJ means that you are taking care of all the images you see on all those parties, the videos, and I can do it all because I bought a very good laptop, and it's got an HDMI out, so I can use a program I told you about, Resolume, and I will be able to do it all. So I will be a DJ that does all in one. And I don't know if a lot of DJs are doing it, but my thought is like this. At this moment, clubs have a difficulty to get some profit. So they need to cut their costs. And if you just have to hire one person as a DJ and he is able to do some live music and some live VJing, you have all in one. I can take for about 4 hours, for example, the whole evening. So you don't have to hire 4 DJs, just one for an hour. And I'm gonna see, because I don't know yet, if this is gonna work. And that's why I have planned the tryout and the release party of the Dreamhood dance grooves. Not only the release party, it's the Dreamhood dance grooves, the show. And I'm gonna have the release of the remixes from Dance Around the World. So it will be a release party as well. I have to be very careful because maybe it's a bit too much to cope with people. I'm not sure, but it's gonna be a kind of a tryout for me to see if I will be able to do this in one night and if people like it. And it will be a challenge for me to see if it does work. So this is what I'm working on and I have worked on this week, and that's what I wanted to tell you on this Inside Saturday. Tomorrow you can watch all the episodes of Luke's Dreamworld part 78 on the Relax Sunday, and I hope to see you there. Bye. This is Luke's Dreamworld Relax Sunday part 78. Hey everybody, I hope you enjoyed part 78 of Luke's Dreamworld, and I will end with a quote, and sometimes I'm fucking things up. Excuse my language, but it will be on the quote as well. I changed quotes. I used the yesterday quote from Winston Churchill on the wrong day. I wanted to use another quote, so I use it today. It's a quote from Dick Masterson. Fucking things up at the same time isn't multitasking. Well, I have to find out about it, but I'll see. And hopefully you enjoy part 79 next week of Luke's Dreamworld, and I hope to see you there. Bye.